morning everybody, how are we all doing? I hope we're all doing well. It is a stunning day today. Look at this for a weekend. This is absolutely incredible. So it is roughly about 8:30 in the morning and it's absolutely amazing. The sun is out, it's warm, so I don't need my coat, which is brilliant. I'm off out dog walking with Max again through the woods and it's just incredible. So literally there's all the birds singing and it's stopped for now, but in the distance you can sort of hear there's actually a woodpecker that keeps sort of tapping away, which is brilliant. I've only ever seen one in my lifetime. Don't think you can hear it now. No, it keeps going now and again and you can hear it, and then it stops for a little bit and then it goes again. But it's absolutely incredible. This is so amazing. It's so peaceful in the woods, it really is. So the basis for my talk today was sometimes in particular you feel like you're out of control. So particularly when you get to sort of your 40s, one of the things sort of you get is, even for men, is sort of a bit of hormone imbalance. So sometimes you can get really stressed out at things. Sometimes, you feel like you have your ups and downs basically. So some days will be better than others. You will have days where you literally don't feel like doing anything and you sort of keep going over your life and sort of think about what's important. You think about, what have I achieved? Have I achieved enough? Loads of things sort of go around your head. And in particular, I've had sort of that up and down day this week, a couple of them. And because like I've mentioned before, sorry if this is a bit bright guys, I don't know if it'll work turning it round a little bit. Still not great, but there we go. But yeah, going through perimenopause. So for me, sort of particularly more so. Unbeknown to me, I didn't know this, but men can actually go through menopause too. So even though you guys don't have sort of the periods and you don't have, the sort of icky parts to it, the stomach cramps or anything like that, you guys can get hormone imbalance too. So, things where, hang on guys, let me try and get a clearer view. It is just so bright. So if for whatever reason you can't see me fully in this light, I do apologise. Let me try and get behind this tree a little bit. There we go, you can see a little bit there. So yeah, if you do feel a bit out of control or you feel a bit sort of, sometimes it's like depression, daily dose of depression, and then sort of the next day you might feel absolutely happy, full of energy, bright again. Well, men can get this too. And it's not just a woman's thing. Everybody puts perimenopause and menopause as like a woman's thing, but of course men age just as much as women. So even for them this happens. So like a mixture of feelings where some days can be sort of a little bit I'm out of control sort of thing. I think because I think I mentioned this before, that I've been studying the Bible a little bit, and sort of reflecting on life, and by studying and things I do feel a lot calmer in myself, and especially like taking time out and having walks through the woods and things, and especially listening to this. I mean, summer for me, spring and summer, when it's days like this and it's sunny, it's absolutely amazing, because you can get out more, you can get in the fresh air, it's nice and bright, it makes you feel a lot more positive than when it's sort of cold and rainy. It really is a bit sort of, it makes you a bit unhappy, to be honest with you. But when it's like this, it's absolutely amazing, and it's one of the reasons why I try and encourage people to sort of get out and about, especially when it is like this, because then it helps to bring your feelings up, your energy levels up, And within ourselves, we do tend to feel a lot happier when it is sunny. It's just naturally part of us. Particularly this week, as I said, for me, it's been up and down a little bit. I have felt a little bit stressed this week. I think because next week is my last week at work, which is a bit scary. I'm just going to take a little bit of a walk because Max, our doggy, is walking a little bit ahead. He's sort of going in between the trees and things, so sorry if it's a little bit bright. But I'm just going to show you basically how bright this is because it's absolutely amazing. And hopefully you can hear. I don't know if you might be able to see the red robin in the distance there. You might be able to spot him on the branch. We've all been doing the bits of singing this week. And it's really nice as well because one of the things sort of you take more notice of is the different types of birds. So, for example, you might recognise what a red robin now sounds like, and sometimes it's a case of you stop and listen because it's just so peaceful. There we go, that's a little bit better. I don't know if you can see Max there, because he's Cocker Spaniel, so we found out he's a Welsh Cocker Spaniel, so he literally is a bit like a gun dog, so he literally sniffs everything out that's in the bushes and finds different scents and things. It's funny watching him sometimes. Like I said before, it's my last day next week and I completely have given him my job. I'm doing private cleaning for a living. So I have done this before and to be honest, I've enjoyed it. I think sometimes when the older you get, you sort of appreciate your own silence a little bit more, if that makes sense. And your own comforts, so you've got nobody telling you what to do. You can do your own thing, you can make up your own hours and things, which for me, being self-employed is so much better for me right now. And I've done a few jobs this week and it's just been brilliant. It really has been brilliant, and it helps you with your thoughts as well. Maxie. Oh, bless. But yeah, it helps you with your thoughts, helps you realise, as I said, what's important and things. And so for me, it's been a little bit stressful this week because I thought at one point, have I done the right thing? And I've gone over it in my head. Some days I've got a little bit stressed. It is upsetting sometimes because I've worked with some of these people for a very long time, some of my clients, and I am going to miss them. I'm generally going to miss them. Because people do appreciate what you do for them. Not that they do it in cleaning, but in terms of care, you really feel like you're helping somebody and supporting them, which you are, and offering that care and support. And a lot of people get lonely as well. So, for me, that was another thing, was sort of supporting people that were on their own, having a nice natter and cup of tea. Whereas now it's going to be me on my own cleaning. Although I can put some music on, I can get to work, and it's been really nice, to be honest with you. So, going back to feelings and things. Sorry, this might be a little bit bright now, but yeah, so things can get a little bit up and down, particularly at this age, and it's how to deal with it, how's the best way. So meditation is always a great one. Now people think, oh, meditation is boring, you're just sort of sitting there, you're doing nothing, but it's letting your feelings and thoughts just come to the forefront. It's letting them go. Appreciating that silence sometimes can really be beneficial. So there's nobody nattering at you, there's nobody talking to you, and it's thinking about the positive things. So for me, I put on a little bit of music. Sometimes it's like really quiet music, it can be classical. If you know what a handpan is, so I've been listening to that this week. Somebody playing the handpans. You can find lots of these videos on YouTube, and just let it play and just sit there. Just really give yourself time to sit and just think. You can close your eyes, you don't have to, but you can do. Just sit on your own and just breathe. So take the time out, take deep breaths. So I normally go on sort of 4 breaths, so it's and just let it go. Breathe in for 4 seconds. Try and hold it for 4 seconds if you can, and then breathe out for 4 seconds. And this helps to not only slow his heartbeat if it's racing a little bit, if we're a bit stressed. We can do this anywhere, to be honest with you. So it doesn't have to be sort of at home, it doesn't have to be in nature, but if you're feeling a little bit off balance, men or women, for example, as I say, just take that time just to breathe it out. Another thing as well, even for men, because I do know some men that do this as well, but don't be afraid to cry. So when you get a little bit older, and some people call it midlife crisis, some people say, men can't cry. Who's to say they can't cry? Of course they do. They have emotions just as much as us women do. And sometimes it's a release to cry. So don't be embarrassed to do that, Go and find some time to yourself. Let it all out. Because it makes you feel better once you've done it. It really does. Now and again I need to. It happens. Guys are very much, and I found this out the older that I've got, men don't always like to talk about how they feel. They really don't. So for those guys watching, don't be embarrassed to sit and talk to a mirror. I know that sounds really a bit of a daft thing to do, but it's almost like talking to yourself. Well, you are. Yeah, you're talking to your reflection, but sometimes that can actually give you comfort. So have a mirror in front of you and just sit there and talk to it. Look at yourself, really take a good look, and because if we're well, we can make other people feel well. If we love ourselves, that's how we can love other people. That is always something I've always been taught, and it's true, because if you don't love yourself, if you're not secure in who you are, how are you meant to love and give security to others? So learning about yourself and learning to love yourself is a big, big part of life, of building relationships. You can't build relationships if you're not secure. And women can do this too, get a mirror, don't be embarrassed. Sit there and talk to yourself. And another thing as well, that I once worked with a psychologist who had some really great ideas for when I had depression once, and that was write a letter. So you can write a letter to yourself, you can write a note, and as well brainstorm. So write down the things that make you happy, write down the things that maybe don't feel so good or that maybe aren't so happy right now, and why aren't they making you happy right now? How can you improve on them? What can make a difference to make your life happier? Because especially at this age and stage in our life, we've had too much experience, we've had too much knowledge, we've had too much of our working life has been up and down. So at this age, we don't need to be unhappy. We shouldn't be unhappy with our lives, with all the challenges that we've faced, with all the things that we've overcome in his life. Now is the time to be happy and to really focus on getting our emotional self back. Really figuring out who you are and being proud of those things that we have achieved, that we have overcome. So yeah, for the days when you don't feel so good, don't be afraid to analyse it and really look deep into yourself as to why you're feeling low. Have a good cry, let it out. Have a walk in nature. Because this is just beautiful. It's absolutely stunning. The peace that I feel walking on this field and walking in the woods, just taking that time out. Sorry, he wants me to throw the frisbee again. Hang on, guys. I'm trying to juggle this. Max! So yeah, and just learn to love yourself, really learn to love yourself, because every single one of us have had some fight in his life, have had some situation that's made us not feel so good. And this was something actually because I've been studying with Jehovah's Witnesses, some people will think, oh my gosh, you haven't. But to be honest, they are really lovely, warming people. And, some of these amazing positive moments have come from talking to Jehovah's Witnesses, have come from sort of the people that I've got to know. So it's been absolutely amazing. And even they've been teaching me about love, about kindness more, and how, particularly in their religion, it's all about being kind to each other, to love each other, to help each other out, because we've all been through these different situations and scenarios in our life. I might be repeating some of these things that I say, but it's just to sort of drill it into people. Be happy, life is too short. There is so many beautiful things out there to see, so many good things in our lives that we don't appreciate enough. Love yourself and then you can love others. That is the main motto, guys. So, without further ado, I'm going to love you and leave you. I hope you really enjoy this weekend, and like I've said before, if you feel off balance, do not be embarrassed about it. We're human, that's what happens. The point is that we learn to raise ourselves up again, and no matter what it takes, no matter how silly the effort is, or no matter how silly it may seem to do these things do work for some of us. So try and try again. Take care, guys. Enjoy the sunshine, and I will speak to you all soon. Bye.